All right, you guys. So this is how today's session for Atomic Success Secrets has came through this morning. That as I was preparing for it and doing my healing work and getting ready for us. So we'll do one-on-one healing in a little bit. For right now, and it's a process that we've used over and over again, and it's also just a very powerful process. It's actually the process I use every day. So let's get right to it. And to bypass the conscious mind, we'll just squeeze the distal end of our right index finger 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then imagine a white window frame and your right eye is looking through it. And the question is, the way it showed up today is, what would solve everything? It's kind of like another way to ask, what do you want? So what would solve everything? And just take a moment, if you like, and just imagine it. Like, what would solve everything? So we'll do this together. It's powerful in the group. What would solve everything? And what would be the feeling? In fact, let's squeeze that distal end again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You've got the white window frame. Your right eye is looking through it. What would be the feeling of having all of that? And let's go to the feeling right now. Just go right to the feeling. You can feel anything you want. You can think about something and then feel it. Go to the feeling of what would it do for you to have everything you want? What would solve everything? And what would be the feeling of having all that? And what would be the best part of having all of that and the feeling? What would be the best part? And why would that be the best part? So live in that feeling. You can see it, you can feel it. You can feel anything you want. You can think of anything you want. So we can do this now. Just feel the feeling. And would you be grateful? And then we'll take our right hand and pat our heart 6 times and think very good. And then let's press the distal end of the right index finger a little closer to the joint, but 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you've got the white window frame, you're looking through it. And now you have had that life for 3 years, 3 full years of having that life. And now what do you want? And let's say you've had that for 3 more years. And is there anything else you would want at that point? And then let's pat the heart, your heart 6 times and think very good. And then we'll go to the next levels of this. The middle segment of the right index finger 6 times. And having all of that, what will you do? And who will you be? And then pat your heart 6 times and think very good. And then squeeze the the proximal part of your right index finger 6 times. And having all of that, what will your life look like? What do you want your life to look like? And what's the feeling of that? Like, what will your life look like? What do you want your life to look like? Is there any part of you that is it all hyper vigilant or looking or thinking it's going to end or worried it's going to end or somehow stressed out when you have everything you want? Just kind of check in on that. Is there any too good to be true going on? And then pat your heart 6 times and think very good. And then squeeze the distal end of your right index finger 6 times. And right now, there's people that have died doing what you're doing right now, sitting at your computer. There's people that literally have died sitting at your computer, their computer. There's people that have died eating breakfast. People that have died in their sleep. People that have died driving to work. If you knew you were going to die in 6 months, what would you most want to do? And what would you not do anymore? And if you knew you couldn't fail, what would you most want to do? And if you had $10 million in your bank account and you didn't have to work another day in your life, a friend of mine said he's on the way to getting that. He said that at that kind of money, you can get interest and have 500K come into your bank account without ever touching the principal. If you had that kind of money, what would you most want to do? And what would you most want to be? And can you do that now? And let's take the right hand and pat the heart 6 times and think very good. And then let go of all your thoughts for the moment and go in your body. And notice what's happening in your body. And for the next few moments, if you like, you can notice the most intense part. Because whatever that is whatever in the way, or any of the stuff that would happen if you got everything you wanted. And so we're going to spend a few moments in silence, noticing what you notice, staying very present to what's happening in your body right now. Stay out of your thoughts. Stay in your body. If you like, you can touch your belly button or the top of your sternum super lightly. And the other hand touches the most intense part of the most intense part. Stay out of your thoughts. Stay in your body. Notice the most intense part of the most intense part. That's right. That's right. You can send that spot love. That's right. That's right. Stay out of your thoughts. Stay in your body. Notice the most intense part. And just follow it. You can ask the question, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. And just look for it. I wonder what my next thought is going to be. You can notice, who is it that's watching? You're watching this feeling in your body. Who is watching? Who is the watcher? Who am I? That's right. Stay fully aware of what's happening in your body. Let go of all distracting thoughts. Feel your body inwardly. The entire body is harmonized with qi. Wan Yan Qi. And as we notice the most intense part of the most intense part, we'll bring in Babaji and Lahiri Mahasaya and Swami Sri Itakuwarji. I don't know how to say his name. I should ask that better. Swami Sri Itakuwarji and Yogananda and Jesus Christ. Stay out of your thoughts. Stay in your body. That's right. That's right. Notice the most intense part of the most intense part. Just follow it. That's right. That's right. Oh. Stay out of your thoughts. Stay in your body. Send that area love. And then let's open and close hands. Open and close with your intention of your body and your heart, your spot is in between your hands. You open and close. You might even find yourself wiggling your fingers a little and going deeper and deeper. La. La. We'll bring Pang Ming in, Dr. Pang Ming. Shining Qigong. Notice the most intense part. Yeah. Yeah. And then think of everything that you appreciate. And then we can bring our hands around. And then put your hands on your belly button. For women, the right hand first. For men, the left hand first. And we'll just spend a little bit of time noticing what we notice in the body. Okay, we'll get to our one-on-one healing in our Atomic Success Secrets group in just a moment. I'll put this in the portal, a special underneath the main link for today's session.